Hello everybody, how's it going? Today we're going to have problem number 24. It's about write a program to fill an array elements with random numbers from 1 to 100, then print the smallest number. The previous one, we want to print the biggest number, but this time we want to print the smallest number in the array. It's same exactly. If there's insert or input 5, the output should be array elements are 77, 88, 38, 39. So the smallest number in the array is 30, and that's true, that's correct. The smallest number of array elements is 30. So let's go to Visual Studio to convert this requirement of problem number 24 into code. It's everything like the previous problem. We don't change anything. We just add one variable inside the last function that we built it for the last problem. We flip a little bit one of the operators. Instead greater than, we make it less than. Let's go to Visual Studio to see how we did it. Alright, this is our solution of problem number 24. Write a program to fill an array elements with random numbers from 1 to 100, then print the smallest number. Exactly same like the previous problem. We didn't change anything, all the same functions from the previous problems and the procedure. Alright, integer generate random, let's open it. Same procedure, get array elements with random number, also it's same the logic inside it. Display the procedure, display array, same. And this function is same like the previous one. It was the biggest number in the array in the previous problem. This problem we want to print the smallest number in the array, so we change just one word in the name of the function, and in the end we say integer I equals 0, same like the previous problem. Integer, it was biggest num, smallest num equals 0 also, but here we assume that the first number inside the first index of the array, it's the smallest number. We assume, because we have to do this to fill the smallest number with the first number, any number, even if it was 90 or 100 and there is smallest number. Here in the logic of the while statement with the if statement, we will assign the smallest number. But if we leave it 0, we don't do this line of code. If you leave the smallest num 0 and we come here inside the while statement, we compare or we check the elements of the array with the smallest number, it will be always the smallest one. Why? Because it has 0, it has nothing, empty. For that, we take the first number in the array. We assume is the smallest number, even if it wasn't the smallest number, but let's assume that we should take the first number in the first index in the array, and we assign it to the smallest number. So we come to the same process of the previous function. Just we add this line of code, smallest num equal array of I, and we said while I, which is 0, less than array length. Let's say array length is 5, there is insert 5. Yes, go inside the while statement, we face this if statement. If array of I, it was greater than biggest number or biggest num. Now array of I less than smallest num. If it's less than smallest num, go inside the if statement and execute this line of code, smallest num equal array of I. Array of I, if the first one it's smallest, then the first one, for first time, it will not be smallest because the compiler will not go inside the if statement, so we'll go I plus plus, I already represent 1, and I less than 5. If array of I, which is the second number in the index, smallest than the smallest num, which is the first number that you assigned already here up into smallest num variable. If it is, go please assign this the second number in the array to the smallest num, and so on until the smallest number in the array function return for us the smallest number. And here in the main function is same exactly like the previous problem. We don't change anything. It's run into array of 100, array length, and we call the same procedure, same string, same other procedure, same string, but we change from biggest number to smallest number, and we call the same function like the previous problem with the new name, which is the smallest number in the array. Let's do run to check it out together. Perfect. Once we did run, the command display for us how many elements do you want to get randomly. Let's say 5 numbers. Array elements are 61, 93, 98, 55, 92. The smallest number in the array is 55. That's true. This is the smallest number. All of them bigger than 55. Let's do run again to make sure that the program works well. Perfect. How many elements do you want to get randomly? 5 numbers I want to get randomly. Array elements are 29, 34, 97, 65, 90. 29 is the smallest number, and that's true. So don't forget to use this line of code to assign the first number in the array to the smallest num. If you not run this line of code, the compiler will give you 0 in the end, okay? Because smallest number we assign to is 0. So we have to assume that the first number in the index, in the first position, is the smallest number, and here with the if statement, if there is any small number, then the first number that we assign it to the smallest non-variable, it will flip it the assign or equal operator. So that was the lesson of today, or the problem of today, problem number 24. Write a program to fill an array elements with random numbers from 1 to 100, then print the smallest number. See you next problem. See you in lesson.